Hi guys, welcome back to Lynn Faith Homestead. This is Jamie, and today I'm just out working in the garden and picking beans. I have tons and tons and tons of green beans. So anyway, I'll flip you around and show you. Alright, so that's the bucket I already picked. And this is the bucket that I'm working on filling now. And then this is my green bean row, which I've showed you before. But all of them are just full with green beans on them, and lots of them. And it's really been great because this is like the third time I've picked, and I got some canned. We had some fresh for dinner. That's the way they're the best, is picking them fresh right out of the garden, eating them. I usually fry mine in some garlic and butter. They're good like that. But anyway, we're going to finish picking this row and see how many green beans we get. Alright, so I got the second bucket about 3/4 of the way full. So I'm happy about that. And we're going to do some canning this week. And I'll save that for another video. Let me show you what else I got going on in the garden. Alright, so here are some of my cucumber plants that aren't actually, the plants aren't looking real great, but I do have some cucumbers on here. Okay, I'm going to have to put this down. They're growing nicely though. Some of those get a little bit bigger. But so far, we have 4 cucumbers. The great thing about these bean plants, the green beans, are you can just keep picking them, and they will just keep producing as long as you pick them, you know, before they get too big. Like, I don't really like them quite even this big. I like them more this size. So yep, this is the third time that I've picked this year. So I'm really happy about how many I picked, and I've already got some canned, so that's great. Cucumber plants, they have some small babies on them, but still a ton of flowers. So this one, like this round little one. Sometimes they grow like that. I'm not really sure why, if it's a fertilizer issue or what, but pollination issue maybe. Alright, here is another area that I grow cucumbers in, so let's see if we got any. This one is ready. I think this is a great size for pickling. Harvest today, we got more zucchini. Surprise, surprise. We have a ton of this stuff. And this one is huge. I usually don't like to let them get that big, but I haven't been out here the last couple days because it's been so hot. I can't believe how hot and dry and humid it has been this summer in upstate New York. So I have some carrots in here that are doing pretty good. And more zucchini. Another big one. Yep, it's a pretty big one. Here's four. I think I'll let that grow for just like another day or two. I don't really like them much bigger than that. I got more brown zucchini coming on, and I already have a ton of this stuff, but it just keeps coming and coming and coming. Still doing okay. I mean, this forming heads, looking pretty good. Alright, so we have tomatoes, a whole row of tomatoes. We have some cherry tomatoes that are getting ripe now, but most of the tomatoes are really green. Look at the size of those ones. Those are nice ones. So it will probably be a few more weeks before we see too many ripe tomatoes. My tomato patch is just like a jungle this year. But these are actually Brandywine tomatoes. And look how just beautiful they are. They are just beautiful tomatoes. I'm really happy with this variety. This one is really big. And then I have some that I didn't get staked up well enough, so they're kind of falling over. They're not quite touching the ground yet. More tomatoes all in here. Got some more that are turning orange. And these I think are mostly, this part of the garden is just terrible. It really needs some attention this week. All right, this is my other row. My third row of tomatoes. I do have some orange ones. Cherry tomatoes. I leave them for another day, I think. And then all in here are all tomatoes. These are all cherry, all of these. Put these ones down here. We had a terrible windstorm, which kind of knocked a lot of stuff over a couple of weeks ago. And I never did get back to staking them up properly. But they're still doing good. My sunflowers are getting quite tall now. And then I have the shorter ones that have been blooming. I got some over there. My pumpkin plants in here. I just have a few pumpkin plants this year. I don't even know if I have any. Oh wow, I do. I have a pumpkin. I've never even seen this. And I was just out here weeding around stuff the other day because this part of the garden is pretty weedy. Look how big it is already. Nice. I think that's the only one. I did harvest some other things this week, such as basil that I dehydrated, and garlic. And like I said, I've been doing beans. And this is my dinosaur kale plant. And there's some more kale there. Some more kale there. As you can see, it's got a lot of holes in it. But what I'm going to do is actually prune this plant. And once the weather starts getting cooler and even kind of cold, the kale plants will take off and do amazing. And you won't see one hole from bugs in it at all. So if you just let it go through even the first part of winter, they really do amazing. We had a pretty good harvest. We got zucchini, tomatoes, beans, and cucumbers. So I'm happy. So I also have some leaf lettuce over here in my little raised bed. That's doing fairly well. And a few carrots. The carrots have been hard to grow this year. Hi, what are you doing? Oh, you're so nice.
What's up?
I don't know. And I do have a green bean plant over there. And I have some more growing in a raised bed over here.
Where, Mom?
Where are you going?
Mom.
He's just taking off.
Daddy?
Silly. Alright, everyone. Alright, so these are my purple green bean plants. They're so pretty. I wish they stayed that color, but when you cook them, they actually turn back green, so they don't stay purple. This plant is huge, actually. I also planted some beets in here, but I think I actually only had one seed come up. Pretty nice size one though. Alright, so these are my pepper plants that I had left. They're getting pretty big. And got one pepper there, a couple started. And then I have this one over here. This one's a pretty big plant. But not really, there's some flowers on it, but no peppers yet. Alright, so got a few more green beans, a couple of potatoes because I had a potato plant that was growing in where I had my peppers. I don't know how it got there, probably just potato peels, and one beet. Alright guys, it is another really hot and humid, dry day, and so I'm going to go in, take my harvest in, and then come back out later and do some weeding. And then hopefully my tomatoes will be ripening up in the next couple of weeks. But thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Have a wonderful day.